Hello and welcome to this Let's Talk of Call of Duty. My sheet here in which we're going to be talking, so you can focus in, but it's Call of Duty past, present, and future. And we have a lot of talk points here about as it states, the past of the Call of Duty, aspects of its long-running series of a video game, the present of how we feel about it, and where we see it possibly going in the future, at least me, and which would it be better or worse, in which the thought of what the rumor is of it possibly going to outer space completely. We'll see. But here in a lot of the talking points we will talk about the aspects of the good, the bad, and what needs to be changed for the better, or just possibly added into it. But first we got the talk here about the season pass, or season pass / DLC, and its price range at the moment. For you who do not know or don't play the Call of Duty games, in which the season pass has been for a long time, since I would say, I'm not sure when it started up, World at War maybe, possibly after that. The season pass itself cost $50, which is like $10 less than the game itself. Now, what people don't know, who don't play this game, need to know is the majority of the aspects of what you get with the season pass is you get 4 DLC combos of 5 maps. Now, usually it's possibly more, but sometimes it's hard to say what gets added in here or there, because usually it's just like it's the 5 multiplayer maps. Sometimes they add in a map for whatever they have on the side, be it zombies, be it the Spec Ops when it was, or that whole weird whatever it was for not sure if it was Ghost or Farnsworth for. I think it was Farnsworth for those alien things. But yeah. The question is, does the price match the amount of content in which you get? Because it's like $15 each DLC. And the question is, really, is the price worth the content? Because the content has pretty much stayed the same. The more and more I think about it, the answer is no, it's not. It's really not. It's like, you really expect me to pay this huge amount of price for this shit? Really? Because the more and more these games come out of Call of Duty, since like Ghost, the worse they've become. Because the more of the way it's going, the way we had Advanced Warfare, the way we have Black Ops 3, it's more for these like adrenaline junkie, fast-paced moving assholes. Because seriously, the way which it used to be is just like you're just running and gunning for the most part here and there. There was no jump packs. There were no flying around, wall running. Wasn't that shit? No, it was simple. It was like a smaller, contained version of Battlefield, which was okay to me, because, Battlefield was like this huge, is this huge battle of like all these huge amount of people. It's usually like 60 people, 30 versus 30. Whereas Call of Duty, it's like 8. I mean, the biggest ones are like probably 16 people, 8 versus 8. Or, no. What was the average? It's 5v5, so 10 people, maybe 6v6, 12? I don't know, who knows, But it's usually just, usual run and gun, and unfortunately there's more, which we're talking about, the whole aspects of camping, and one of the reasons possibly a lot of people stop playing this game, because there's so many people in this game who just usually camp. Usually just corner camp, and it's just like, it's one of the reasons, not the main reason, not the main big reasons, but it's one of the probably few reasons which people stop playing Call of Duty. But on the next aspects of the way the things are going with this, which I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, and that's map remakes. Now, a lot of times with all these DLCs, each DLC has a map that's like a reimagining of an old map in which the developer created. One that's been remade the most, a lot, which I'm kind of getting tired of, is Nuketown. Seriously, it showed up in Black Ops 2, it had it in multiplayer and in zombies, and it's back here in Black Ops 3. It's like, I'm sick and tired of this fucking map. It was cool and nostalgic back when it was, first came out, but after a while, seriously, it's so fucking stupid. Nuketown, seriously, it's getting old. It's just you're reusing the same map over and over with like a new coat of paint. It's I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word. I was about to say childish. No, it's easy to do, and it's just. I mean, seriously, you're getting the price of like pretty much a $5, somewhere between like a $3 couldn't speak there. A $3 and a $5 map that you pretty much have already played a lot already. Like, I'm tired of it. I want new things. This whole like reusing of a map that you've used in the last game that you made. It's just each DLC wise, it's just tiring. It's boring. It's just stupid. The point of it having a new game is doing new things, and the fact that you're giving me old maps is like, I don't know. I mean, it's retarded. It's stupid. I don't care for it. I think they need to stop doing this whole map remake shit. And the aspects of things in which I would hope they improve and make better, since we're gonna really dish out on Black Ops 3 and really tear it off, is the new, sometimes weapons, but mainly new maps now. It's cool if they have like really good new maps, but I mean sometimes these maps, like was it with Advanced Warfare, how you can pretty much just go anywhere, and which was so stupid, which is what they need to stop with these goddamn Call of Duty games. You're supposed to be boots on the fucking ground, not flying around in spaceships and shit and whatever, dude. It's Call of Duty, not Halo. God. But the aspects in which we're gonna tear down Black Ops 3 is with the new weapons is you just pretty much don't get them. The way in which you unlock new weapons is that whole black market shit, which we're about to ditch out on as well. But yeah, you don't unlock them via the way you usually unlock things now, which is nothing we're gonna tear down with the whole currency shit. You don't just unlock guns just here and there like you used to in the early Call of Duties. No, they want you to have the choice to unlock these weapons. But the aspects of most things is with these currencies, it's not just the weapons you have to use the currency to unlock. You use it to unlock not just the primary and secondary weapons, but also, grenades or explosives, like flashbangs and all those parts too. Your perks, or your wild card shit, whatever it is. Like, you want 2 of the third perk, which another thing I want to talk about is perks here in a second, but a lot I want to talk about. That's why this is a huge let's talk. But the fact that you have to do this whole, like, random... Well, it's pretty much just like a slot machine. And all it really is a slot machine. Will I get this new weapon? Will I? Because it's not just the possibility of getting the weapons with these black market supply drops. You have, like, these emblems. You have, like, parts for your guns, or just guns themselves sometimes, or it's like a different version gun that was with Advanced Warfare, which was stupid. And you also have like these taunts, which are retarded as well. It's just seriously, they're crammed too much in and just not perfecting the things that they need to perfect. That's the problem with some of these shooters games now. They're just throwing so much shit all at once, but not giving you the perfection of what you want in the game. But seriously, the fact that I have to, and I'll leave a link in below about this person who pretty much just trashed on supply drops and the black market. It's pretty much, a whole gambling aspects, like I said, with the slot machines, because in reality, the amount of money you put into possibly getting what would be these COD points, which you'll see here a picture of how much you get for what you're spending in real money, real currency. It's just stupid. I mean, and the fact is, like, the amount of money you put into what you're trying to get does not get any better expectation than what you can. You're like, if you throw $2 in, the best result you're going to get in return is $2 of content. That's it. I mean, it's pretty much, it's a whole gambling system for people who are under the age of 21, as this person set up in the description, a link to that video. And the whole, I mean, you might say, well, what they're copying and what kind of is possibly considered gambling, but is not, is CSGO. Now, who don't? If you don't know what CSGO is, it stands for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's pretty much a PC game. There's a 360 version, but it's shit. But because it doesn't really employ what we're talking about, which is these crates in which you, on CSGO, you can get them either for you buying them on what would be the Steam Marketplace, or just earn them via playing CSGO. Now, in this whole aspect, the only way you can actually unlock them, which is the aspects which it can, excuse me, could be considered gambling, is you have to pay money to get the keys to unlock the crate, which is retarded, I think, as well. On that aspect of CS:GO, it's like the fact there should still be a possibility of getting a key, not just a case. It's stupid, but there are so many actual things in there that you can actually sell on the Steam Marketplace that cost so much more than what you would put into getting a case and a key and whatnot. Whereas here, it's like you're pretty much getting the key for the case, and you use it to get something, but the best you can choose is to get is a weapon, which is one of the DLC weapons. And granted, there's only one DLC out so far, but it's stupid. There's like, why can't I just earn the weapon? Why can't I just unlock it the way you have the game set up with the whole currency and all that shit? Why do I have to, and not to mention the possibility of even getting it, like I said, with all the other stuff you can unlock via the supply drops, it's a very rare % chance of actually getting the DLC weapon, and it's so stupid. But moving on from that shit, aspects of which future things that need to change, like I've said, of how to unlock things in the game. Like I said, since probably Black Ops 1, it's like you earn some currency in the game by playing, and then you can use that to unlock whatever you want. But the aspects of what you usually get of all these things, in like the first days go, you were not getting enough currency to unlock everything, which is stupid. Because the way it works isn't just like you can unlock whatever you want off the get-go. You actually have to hit a certain rank to actually get a lot of things unlocked, which is, again, why I think this whole currency thing is fucking stupid. Because they're pretty much saying, like, well, once you get a go and get all this currency, you can unlock whatever you want, whenever you want, which is bull fucking shit. Because there's a lot of things via, like, the guns, via the perks and all that shit. You have to hit a certain rank first to actually get unlocked before you can actually use your currency to unlock it. So that whole thing where they say, you can get whatever you want whenever you want because of this currency thing is bull fucking shit. And it has been for a while, and it needs to change. Either actually have everything unlocked at the get-go and I can get whenever I want with the currency, or do the whole thing where you unlock it via the rank system. Not have them both combined together for some stupid shit. It's really retarded and annoying, and it needs to fucking change. Choose one or the other. It's like some video games, like you have part realistic, part, not realistic. It's retarded. Like either go one or go the other. Don't have to where I have to unlock it via rank and via currency. Have either rank or have it currency. It's stupid that you have to have them both in the game. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Moving on to kill streaks. Now, it's kill streaks / score streaks, because since after a while of Call of Duty, it's more of like you don't just unlock them in the game via kill streaks. You unlock them by doing certain stuff in like objective games like domination or sabotage or whatever. Capture the flag. You get them via a certain amount of points. And the way in which it was with Call of Duty 4, which introduced it, first you unlocked the UAV map, then you unlocked airstrike, then you unlocked the helicopter. But it's become so much more advanced in the time, but there's so much of this stuff that's still, the same, because like I said, the UAV, it's been around for a long time, it's been around the whole time, and the worst aspects of it ever was in Call of Duty Ghost, in which you had like this little thing that you place on the ground. If it was in free-for-all, you could see everybody, but if it was like in Team Deathmatch, you would have to have two people to have it working, which was stupid as shit. Oh my god. Of course, the way it is has been since for a long time, well, not since, sure, if it was in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, but after a while, it's like, if somebody had like a lock-on rocket launcher, you could just shoot it down, which, which is why they tried to kind of change it up in Call of Duty Ghost, where it's like you just place it down in a certain area wherever you want. Like I said, the whole setup where you had to have anything team-wise, you had to have two people place them down for them to actually be working for the whole map. Otherwise, it's just like this small part of the map where you put it. But seriously, it's been a huge amount of different score streaks over and over and over. And since like probably World at War, you had like these different varieties of stuff like for the dogs, and then you have like these like big rolling explosive balls here in the current one. It's odd how they keep like doing these different things here and there and there. Like, I think they need to simplify it back down to a small amount, not have so many huge things. Like they have this thing in the Black Ops 3, it's called Dart, which like it's hard as fuck to control. But I like to see actual like newer kill streaks at least too as well, not just the same stuff like either reskinned or revamped for the new Call of Duty. Like the classic one, of course, you should have UAV. Care package is okay, and probably like there's of course always been the whole like that airstrip that has pretty much the everybody on the map's got that like triangle. You see where they're looking via it and all that. Like those I can understand keeping, but there's some aspects here and there that need to change a little. Like bringing actual new, like interesting kill streaks. Something that also I don't sure if anybody else will agree with me. I think they don't need to have it again since it's only been in Black Ops 3. It's these whole these specialists, which was like, what the fuck are you doing with that? That was a weird change in Call of Duty. I just think was stupid. Because each usual specialist has like either one ability and one weapon, like special weapon, where there's a few that only have like one, maybe two, if that have like just abilities. But it was just an odd thing to see because it keeps, I mean the counter keeps moving up to it if you do nothing, but it goes faster with kills and doing objective based things. But it's just something I think they need to change. And something that they did change that I thought was really stupid here in Black Ops 3 was the whole melee killing aspect. You changed it up where it's like regular melee, instead of getting you in one kill in usual aspects, unless it's like the back of the neck, it takes 2 hits. And they changed it up to where with the knife is just like you have that as a secondary, which seriously, because they added this whole in like you could have like not just a knife but a sword or a wrench, which you have to unlock via the black market supply drops. Stupid again thing, but seriously, the whole melee thing was that you have that as a secondary was just so stupid. Because there's so many battles like to roll one via hitting somebody, but it has to take 2 hits now for some reason. It was so stupid of an idea. They need to change it back the way it has been. This way it's been in Call of Duty for a long time. That change was just seriously unnecessary and just stupid all together, I say. Next, the one thing I think they need to have in all Call of Duties and not just having the Treyarch aspects, since they did start up and it was just a good idea. They did have it in Advanced Warfare. That's why it was Ghost to have the aliens. Is zombies. Zombies has been a good thing for a while, but I mean, granted, like I said, with each DLC, they pretty much bring out a new map, which is cool. But what people have been saying that what they need to do Treyarch-wise with the next Call of Duty is like make it nothing but like a zombie game, because they do zombies well, but zombies itself is a good idea, and they need to have it in all Call of Duties, which the way they can like see doing it, like do their own version of zombies. It's better than that whole alien thing that was in Ghost. It was stupid. And Advanced Warfare did it okay, but still, it was Advanced Warfare. It was such a stupid game. I know this is a bit of a cut in from that video I just did for the zombies, which I was just talking about. Thing in which they've added to Black Ops 3, which I think was kind of stupid, is like this whole bubblegum system, which was kind of odd. Not to mention, like, there's a way you can. There's some of them that you have to unlock via this Dr. Moriarty's, whatever it is, system with like these little cans of ooze or whatever, and you can actually buy them with some of the COD points, which is, again, that whole COD's currency thing is stupid. But yeah, change back to zombies to the score thing. And I don't mention you have this thing that I'm not sure if I can say if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but like you can customize weapons that you'd get off the walls or the mystery box to have like there's certain scopes or attachments and camos and whatnot. Just thought that was odd. I'm not sure if that's an improvement or thing that I need to remove. You tell me. I just found the whole gumball machine thing kind of really stupid. Again, that's just me. What are your thoughts? But moving on, another thing that I said that they throw too much at you, they need to condense, is game modes. Seriously, they just try to come up with a new game mode for each Call of Duty. It's so stupid. You have the core game modes, which is, team deathmatch, free-for-all, domination, capture the flag, sabotage, demolition. And then they try to add, like, recent one was like this, you have to be near this robot to move it from one side to the other, and it's like the defending team has to like make sure there's no one around it to get it. And it was an okay idea, but I don't know, it was just, I think they just need to try and stick and make the core modes good, because the thing that I think that the problem isn't just the modes themselves, that they just keep throwing new modes at you over and over. It's that they pretty much allow every map to be usable in pretty much every mode, minus free-for-all, because free-for-all is it's what, 8 players running around trying to kill each other. And the way it used to be is if the map was too big, they'd condense it with like barriers and like invisible walls. Right, the barriers would be good enough because you didn't have all this jetpack jumping around stupid shit. But go back to the core running aspects. Take all these jetpacks and free running and wall running and all that stupid shit out, and make it again to where it's like you can have these big maps more condensed, or just like, because they need to like really work the maps good for each mode, because that's the unfortunate truth of being like you throw each mode into each map. It's some of the maps just don't work for some of the modes. That's the way it is. Like I said, of course, with the way they have it with free-for-all, if it's too big of a map for that mode, they just don't have it in there for that mode. But I mean, seriously, they need to work some out with the modes and the maps where they work good for each other. I think it's one of the issues in which they have with this game, which they could improve upon. Because the fact that, I mean, it was so good when they only had the core few game modes, because a lot of times the way they looked at it, the way they have certain things placed, like in Domination, the 3 objectives and everything, they just kind of good way work together. But the more and more they go along with all these maps and these modes, they throw them all together, and just sometimes it just really doesn't work that well. They need to stop doing that. And then make sure the maps and the modes work together before anything. Especially with the spawns, which is another thing we want to talk about, is the spawns. Now, I don't know what it is about the actual current aspects of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but whatever coding they got working on there, I think they need to really integrate it into the next more Call of Duty games, because as it was with some of the old ones, like especially with free-for-all or even team deathmatch, it's like there's a good chance your ass is gonna spawn die. Now I can say with the way the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is working right now, I rarely ever actually spawn die. I can really think of it since I started playing it a few days ago. Well, started back up playing it, that is. But whatever is working in there to make sure I don't spawn die, they need to integrate it in the next Call of Duties and somehow throw it in the other Call of Duties. The old ones, Call of Duty Ghosts and Advanced Warfare. Even though I'm pretty sure like very few people are even playing that shit. But whatever it is, they need to integrate it so it works good for the other Call of Duty games coming up. I mean, spawn dying is a thing you don't want in these games. Seriously, it's annoying as hell, and it's one of the things in which why people also stop playing Call of Duty. Like I said with the whole camping thing, it's also one of the other small things is spawns. And, I mean, the way some of these modes work, unfortunately, is some people can actually spawn camp and get those spawn kills. And that's with some of the objective-based games, like with Capture the Flag or Demolition, or like some of the other modes, like they had it with the last game with Advanced Warfare. It was kind of like this form of domination, but there was only one flag, and whenever you captured it, got pushed back to another point, and kept getting pushed back into the last point, which then the team would win. There was sometimes with that on one map that you could actually spawn camp one of the teams, and it's just like, you need to make, like I said, make sure the modes and the maps work well, so shit like that as well doesn't happen. But yeah, whatever it is working with the spawns for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with like free for all and team deathmatch and whatnot, like get that coding into the base coding, whatever, for the next Call of Duty game, so that shit stays. Excuse me. The spawn dying is one of the most annoying things that's happened in Call of Duties in the past several years. Excuse me. Next thing in which we need to talk about, and which I hope they fix, because it still kind of seems like an issue, is the hitboxes on the guys. Because sometimes, I'm not sure if it's just the hitbox, but also the net code, there are times where it's like somebody shoots off to the side of me, like shoots over here, and yet they hit me somehow. I mean, the bullet, be it any regular gun, so I can understand maybe a shotgun if I came close and I got a little hit on the shoulder. It's okay, but like a lot of times, like you see him shooting right here off to the side of me, but yet still getting a hit. Makes no sense. And there's a lot of times where it's like I'm shooting at somebody, I'm right on them, no hit. I'm not sure what it is. Like I said, the hitbox is the net code, whatever. Something they seriously also need to fix to make sure that shit gets corrected, because people should be getting hit on the bodies, not near the bodies. Or at least being hit on the bodies, like I said, because sometimes I've shot at them, don't know how I didn't hit them. Not at all. That's something I think they need to fix and upgrade for the next Call of Duties. There's something that's been around a while that I think has been improved, but obviously kids use a bit more improvement, and that is the betas. Now, which thing, the way it was with first beta, I even got to read a chance of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Actually, you had to originally sign up for betas back in the day. Now it's all open or closed beta sometimes, but usually with most Call of Duty it's an open beta, and the reason why they have an open beta is they're trying to check to see if their connectivity works good, and like also see bugs that they can detect. Hence for this stuff, which is good, but there's sometimes they still need to make sure it works, because sometimes, especially in the back of the day of Call of Duty, like you played the beta, it seemed okay, then you get on the game and it's just the network just doesn't work or anything. It's like you really need to make sure these betas work in the way in which they need to, and for the most part it's the net code or the connectivity. You make sure that people are easily connecting to one another and make sure it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, some of the betas, like you see, it's not too bad, but then you get the game, you go online first day, and it's just like, I can't connect to shit. Game, it's like it's stuck on loading and all that shit. This is an issue for a lot of games, though, is which they need to work before it gets released, is to make sure that their connectivity works well, that people are actually being able to get in the game, they're not getting dropped off of some weird ass error codes a lot, or they just like stuck on a loading screen that's going nowhere. Something that needs to be fixed in the Call of Duty with the betas. Next thing that I'm not sure if they're ever gonna do, which not sure if it's ever gonna be improved itself, is single player. Single player, when Call of Duty 4 came out, was an awesome thing, but the thing, some things change, but some things don't. That needs to get worked here and there. It's just like, do we even need a single player anymore in these games? It sometimes feels like you really just don't, because a lot of times what people keep saying is, for Call of Duty, I'm not playing this for the single player anymore. I'm playing for the multiplayer, the zombies and stuff like. So you think they should take out single player, stop working on that? Because that's a lot of actual time and effort that actually gets put into that shit that seems rarely ever gets played. And a lot of times, when they do put out games without single player, people do complain though. Like with the last Star Wars thing, Battlefront or Rainbow Six Siege, like they had no real single player to it. They had like some co-op aspects to them, but they had no single player. And some here and there, especially with Star Wars, people bitched about it now. Which, I mean, granted, Star Wars and that single player probably could have been better than what would be Call of Duty that's been going on for a long time, but what do you think? Do you think Call of Duty should no longer have a single player to it? Since it seems the story itself is, a lot of these stories just are shit and just mean nothing. I mean, you say the same about Battlefield 2, but do you think, I mean, it should just focus on the co-op aspects as well as the multiplayer and just drop single player altogether? That kind of seems the thing that which they need to do to me, because I didn't give two shits about the single player. I mean, the more these single players go on and on and on, like with World at War and the more like Modern Warfare 2 and 3 and Black Ops, it's just kind of the same story told in a different era or some shit. Just, we really don't, I think, need a single player anymore. Now, as to one of the aspects that here we're just going to talk about on less the developers and the producers of the game and more of the players, like I said, which one thing kept people from wanting to come back to Call of Duty is campers. I think that's something that also needs to be changed, in which I'm not talking to developers if they can somehow change that, which they kind of tried with that mode in Call of Duty Ghosts, which was you have to keep moving or you're going to explode. Is campers. Now, there's a difference between campers and people who are defending the objective. Because the only campers that really exist are ones in Call of Duty's modes of team deathmatch and free for all. Be it regular campers just staying down or sitting in a certain area, like a small little area for a long time, or just corner camping. Just for a lot of people, call them as just pansy little bitches. Seriously, you're a pansy little bitch. The game wasn't made for you to sit in a corner trying to get kills that way. It was made for you to run around, look at like the way in which you can move and shit and everything. It's just like, if you want to camp, go play an objective-based game and actually play the objective-based game. Is something else we're going to talk about. But don't do it in free-for-all or team deathmatch. It just seems like a pansy-ass kind of thing to do. I mean, it's free-for-all. You're supposed to be running around killing people that way. And it's like you're not really doing anything skillful. I mean, the way that things are with, like I said, new Call of Duty is for the more adrenaline, fast-paced running, junkies kind of shit. Because that's unfortunately one of the reasons why I think is the downfall of Call of Duty is like it's more for these like trick-shotting motherfuckers. It's not actual core game aspects play in more of Call of Duty. But yeah, campers, stop camping. Seriously. If you want to camp, go play an objective-based game like Domination or Capture the Flag or Demolition or some shit like that, where it's actually a necessary kind of thing to do. You're playing the objective. It's not a necessary thing to need in Team Deathmatch or Free-For-All. Another thing I was saying about playing the objective, if you're going to play an objective-based game, play the fucking objective or get the fuck out. As many people said a lot. If you're going to play Domination or Capture the Flag or anything, play the objective. Either defend your objective area or try and get the objective area. Because in Demolition, it's either you're actually defending or getting the objective. But play the fucking objective. Period. There was a time where I jumped into it the way Demolition is, which is weird, halfway through the map, because the way Demolition is now, if you haven't played newer Call of Duties, is you play up to a certain point and then the round ends. Like you play up to 100 points and then that round ends, and then you switch sides from which you originally spawned, and then you play up to the next 100 points, in which then the game ends, which is, I think it's something that's stupid they need to change. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but play the fucking objective. Because I, like I said, joined in the middle of a domination game. They were losing, and I'm the only one who actually ever went to get Bravo. I attained Bravo 3 times by myself. No team was helping me get it. No team to help me defend it. Because again, play the fucking objective or get the fuck out. Seriously. If you're gonna just run around trying to get kills, go to free-for-all or team deathmatch. That's not the point of being in an objective-based game, getting kills. It's ensuring that you get the objective and get it done. Because that's the unfortunate way it is with some of these games like Domination and Demolition and Capture the Flag. It's like these people, for the most part, just want to get the fucking kills, get the point, get the kills chase, because, you know, it's so fucking rad. No. You know what's rad? Playing the fucking objective. Because if you're a dumbass going around trying to get all these fucking kills, gets the team lost because you didn't play the fucking objective that way, then it's your dumbass fault that your team didn't win. You're thinking, you know, I got all these kills, why didn't we win the objective? Because you're not the only one who's doing that shit, dumbass. If you're seeing that your teammates are also with you trying to get these kills and not actually going over the objective area, it's your ridiculous ass not thinking, you know, well, if they're following me trying to get these kills, then why don't I go to the objective then? Because a lot of times it's like it's just a bunch of randoms all trying to do the same thing and just get these rad kills and shit. And it's utterly fucking stupid. One last time, if you're camping, play an objective-based game. If you're trying to go for kills, go for team deathmatch or free-for-all, where it's like the whole aspect of it is trying to get kills, or trying to get the objective, or defending the objective, you know? But as I said before, some of these things that of modes themselves are kind of odd. Like, I wish Domination went back to the whole, which like the moment the game starts, from beginning to end, no round-based shit, none of that crap. Anything else an interchange. Another thing that I think was cool that they need to somewhat change up to is the gun game. It's been around since the original Black Ops game, and it's, I think, actual best version, as odd as it's gonna say, as I've said before, was in Call of Duty Ghosts, because it was more randomized. Because with most gun games now, it's like you start off with the same gun, you end off with the same weapon. Well, it's stupid. They need to randomize it in the next Call of Duty game. Actually have it completely random, because the way it was in Ghosts, like you start off with a different pistol, you had different like guns here and there, but for the most part, it's the same. They need to change it up to where it's like you don't know what gun you're gonna start off with, and you don't know what gun you're gonna get next after you get a kill with the weapon you have. It's something that I think really would be more of a replayability mode. It's a good mode, but they need to change it up because it's too much of the same shit over and over again. Like I said, it's the repetitiveness of stupidity. But I probably just said that for the first time, but that's the way it is with some of these Call of Duty games. Like I said, with the whole reusing the same map from the last game. It's stupid. It needs to change. They need to change some stuff up for get people back or get new people in. And that would have been a good thing, you know, if instead of like starting off with a pistol, you started off with a fucking bazooka. And then next thing you know, you had a shotgun. Next thing you know, you had a knife. The whole randomness of not knowing what gun you're going to start off with to next is a fun idea. Anything else I would like to talk about? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, zombies. But to those aspects of zombies. Now, the way things are with zombies is like they usually always start off with this whole little like story of what things is going on with the mode itself, which I think is also something that, I mean, originally you start off, you're in the building and just go and survive. The way zombies as fans is you have like these like secrets. You can get like the new game, you get like this different variety of bows that do much more damage. Granted, still that core aspect is like at some point the game's gonna end by you dying. There is no actual end game. Unlike some games like I said, that whole alien thing, Ghost, it's just survive up to a certain point, which is cool and all. But I think since it's been going on for a long time with all these like little secrets here and there, and you know, get these advanced weapons, but you gotta go here and here and here to do certain shit and that. It's just stupid because, I mean, sometimes I play with people, sometimes I play by myself because I just want to, you know, just go around by myself, and there's a lot of things you can't do, like get that bow by yourself for the average gamer. There's a lot of people who can probably do it, you know, get all this shit going by themselves, but I'm not one of them, and the majority of, you know, core gamers can't do all this big, huge objective shit. And when you actually have a single player, they should make it, I think, a bit more easy if they do have shit like that for the average person. But that's my thoughts on the whole thing. And one last thing before this video ends. I know I just did another cut here aspects, but I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the whole possibility of dropping out the whole drop shot aspects? Like, you think they should keep in the whole aspects where you can crouch as well as prone? Take out just the aspects of prone but still be able to crouch, or take out both proning and crouching? What are your thoughts on those as well? Because I think they should at least take out proning. Crouching possibly keep in, but prone, because the whole aspects of like drop shotting, because you don't want to face me man to man. I find it stupid. It's like, because I mean, seriously, the aspects of somebody being able to win out a firefight by just dropping while shooting, and the aspects of the actual drop and shooting is not the real physics in the game. Because when you drop shot, you usually don't go like face first into where you're shooting, because that's more exposing your head, which, granted, in the game itself should cause more damage. What you're supposed to do is like you're dropping your feet going backwards, less exposing your head while you're shooting forwards. Your steer, your head's exposed, but I mean you're doing it not in a direction where you're getting your head more towards the gun, but farther from the gun. It's the way in which you're supposed to actually drop. You're supposed to drop from your feet going backwards, not going forwards. But that's my thoughts on that aspect. I think they should take out drop shot by taking out prone. Crouch maybe keep in, but yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Whole thought of that aspects of the game? And another side note again, so I keep thinking of things that piss me off about Call of Duty, or things that need changed and this and that, whatever. But for whatever reason, they made it kind of difficult, if you don't know how it is, to prestige your character from once you hit level 55 twice over into prestige. Because usually it's like you just go to the bottom of the screen at your multiplayer section, go down there to prestige where it usually has been, but here you have to pause the menu, go to the barracks, go down to this section, and whatever, go then prestige. You gotta go through 6 or 7 steps just to get to the prestige menu itself, let alone doing that usual stuff you gotta do with the prestiging, which is retarded as hell. Why are you making me... I mean, I had to literally Google how to prestige on this game, because I was like, why am I not leveling up? Oh wait, I probably should prestige, right? And then I'm by myself, okay. How the fuck do I prestige? How the fuck do I prestige? I had to Google. It's like, okay, then you go to the barracks, It's like, why did they make such a challenge to fucking figure out where to prestige if you just, like an average gamer, I go between games here and there, and I didn't think, oh, I'm back on Call of Duty because, it's like, because I mainly just went on there to get all the video for this video. But I realized, oh wait, I was level 55 because I played a lot when it first came out, of course, and then how am I to prestige? Because I haven't prestiged yet, and I'm not ranking up to get the stupid currency to unlock shit. I'm like, okay, that's why Treyarch, why did you make such a fucking challenge to prestige? One of the things that's been the simplest thing that's been in Call of Duty for a long time, prestiging, because it was so simplified, they made it itself a kind of challenge to do, just to get to the aspects of prestige, not ranking up to prestige. You get like I said, it was fucking retarded. Treyarch, how can you be that stupid? Seriously, that's something you need to fix back up in the next Call of Duty. Make it more simple to figure out how to fuck to prestige. Have it at the bottom of the menu when you're in the multiplayer section, it's like find session, change up your weaponry. It should be right there at the bottom. Prestige. Blank until you hit to the area you need to prestige, as it has always fucking been. But that's my thoughts on the whole aspects, how it is now in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. What are your thoughts? Was it just a noob thing to figure out? Was it, what did they make it more simplified, or did they make it more of a challenge like I feel that they did to fucking prestige? And yet another point in which I need to make, I know this video keeps going on and on, but there's stuff that needs to be talked about and which possibly can be improved to make a better game. And I just had another good thought of something they possibly should remove so that it can make more of a challenge to get a kill, and that is that whole auto aim shit they have in this game, because it's holding your hand. Seriously, it's just like oh, you want to get a kill here? Let me help guide you to shoot this person. Now, what you don't know about what this is, like again, I've said, if you haven't played Call of Duty game, it's been in the series for a long time. If you're looking towards a person and you're pretty much have your crosshairs near them and you aim on insides, it's like if you're like off to the side here, like, but you're seeing them. When you aim, if you the aim is just like it's gonna aim towards the person as you're aiming. That's just like a slow motion. But like if you're looking over here and boom, you're right over here instantly, because that aim assist. Now I think they need to take it out, because it's something that's so easily manipulated sometimes. But for the most part, it's used to get kills so easily in this game, and I mean, they need to make it more of a challenge to get a kill in this game, I feel. But yeah, I think they need to take that aim assist out. It's like it's holding your hand. It's like treating you like a little baby to get you a nice kill. It's so retarded. Take aim assist out. Make it an actual challenge to get a kill, especially with all these idiots who are trying these, 360 no scope shit, or quick scope and all that crap. That's why I hate aim assist, because that's where quick scoping came from. It's the aim assist. Like you're aiming close to them, so you just scope in real quick, boom, you got a hit and you got a kill. It's holding people's hands in this fucking game, and it's annoying as shit how easy it is to get a kill with this. I just think they need to take out. That's my thoughts on it. What's yours? In the end, I think with the Call of Duty, if they're actually going to go in space for the next one, I think that's so stupid. They need to go back to the core aspects of the way in which it was with, like, in Call of Duty 4 and all that shit in Black Ops 1, because they're just getting too advanced, too, futuristic, all that shit. It needs to stop. I mean, seriously, next thing you know, we're going to be flying spaceships and whatnot and doing battles that way. That's not what Call of Duty's about. That's not what it's about to me, at least. But in the end, I think the way it's going, it's going to keep dropping if they keep trying to change more and more shit about the aspects of what it is. I mean, I've keep buying them because I keep having the illusion it's like it's going to be a better game, but more and more, it's just not. I mean, seriously, the majority of my friends who actually have the current Call of Duty Black Ops 3 say, I only play it for the zombies. I don't play it for the multiplayer, because the multiplayer itself is, like I said, for more of these adrenaline junkie kind of motherfuckers, going for trick shot here and there. And in the end, if you're actually playing Call of Duty, you know what you should do if you're playing Team Deathmatch or especially Free For All? Fuck around, have fun with it. Try to go for some of these like running no scopes or like, I'm not sure what else, like knife, run around with a knife getting kills, because the point of the game is to have fun with it. And if you're just sitting in a corner camping like that, it's like, are you really having fun? Because you're just sitting there not doing shit really, other than just waiting for somebody to kill. How fun is that, just sitting in a corner? I had more fun where there's like one time where I just actually won a game running around knifing. Seriously. In the end, for the people who are playing, grow some balls, fuck around. And for the developers, stop changing up so much of the shit that made the game so good back in the day, and get rid of these boosters and wall running shit, and bring back the original aspects of Call of Duty. That's why I actually kind of liked Ghost when Advanced Warfare came out, when I went back to that, because at least, it kept some of the core aspects of Call of Duty. You weren't jumping around and everything, because, there's, like, certain maps you have to have, like, certain, like, ways to roam and just run, like, there's the flow of the map, When you have jetpacks and wall running and all that shit, it just kind of removes the whole flow of a map. Like you said, with Advanced Warfare, some of these maps, like, you can just go anywhere you want. And what's the point of playing a shooter with, like, you have a map where you want a certain flow, but you can go anywhere? It just removes the flow itself. That's my thoughts on the whole aspects of Call of Duty, the past, the present, and the future. I think some of the aspects of the past need to be brought back, and just stop going with this whole futuristic shit and the way that you have some of the present games. It's just stupid. But thank you for watching. If you have any comments, any things you'd like to add, please leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, hit that like button, and I hope you have a rock'em sock'em day. Peace.